Hello everyone, I am Joseph. Welcome to Nouvelle, Technologie. Stay updated and be inspired. Before we start, don't forget to subscribe our channel and share it with your friends. This will help us to deliver the best quality news of the week. First story of the week, China bans Scratch, MIT's programming language. China's enthusiasm for teaching children to code is facing a new roadblock as organizations and students lose an essential tool, the Scratch programming language developed by the lifelong kindergarten group at the MIT Media Lab. China-based internet users can no longer access Scratch's website. GreatFire.org, an organization that monitors internet censorship in China. Nearly 60 million children around the world have used Scratch's visual programming language to make games, animations, stories, and the likes. That includes students in China, which is seeing a gold rush to early coding as the country tries to turn its 200 million kids into world-class tech talents. Next, Vodafone Idea rebrands as Vi. Vodafone Idea, one of the largest telecom operators in India, has rebranded as Vi as it looks for a fresh start, 3 years after the British telecom giant Vodafone Group's India business and billionaire Kumar Mangalam Birla's Idea Cellular merged in the country. Vodafone Group CEO Nick Reed said at a virtual conference on Monday, as the integration of two businesses is now complete, it's time for a fresh start. That's why we believe that now is the perfect time to launch Vi, one company which provides the strength of Vodafone India and Idea. Next, Facebook to warn third-party developers of vulnerable code. Facebook has announced a policy change that will see the company notify third-party developers if it finds a security vulnerability in their code. In a blog post announcing the change, Facebook said it may occasionally find critical bugs and vulnerabilities in third-party code and systems. When that happens, our priority is to see these issues promptly fixed, while making sure that people impacted are informed so that they can protect themselves by deploying a patch or updating their systems. Facebook has previously notified third-party developers of vulnerabilities, but the policy shift formally codifies the company's policy toward disclosing and revealing security vulnerabilities. Next, Kotlin Mobile SDK shares code across Android and iOS. The Kotlin multi-platform mobile plugin allows developers to write, run, and debug shared code in Android Studio. JetBrains has released an alpha version of Kotlin Multi-Platform Mobile (KMM), an SDK that enables developers to use the same business logic in both Android and iOS mobile applications. JetBrains said Android and iOS versions of an application can have a lot in common but also significant differences, particularly in the UI. Differences can range from subtle variations in scrolling behavior to divergent navigation logic. However, because application business logic including data management, analytics, and authentication can be identical, it's natural to share some parts of an application across platforms while keeping other parts separate. KMM offers flexibility while retaining native programming benefits. A single code base can be used for business logic while platform-specific logic can be written when necessary, whether for a native UI or to work with platform-specific APIs. Next, Amazon Bracket, get started with quantum computing. While IBM, Microsoft, and Google have made major commitments and investments in quantum computing, Amazon has, until recently, been fairly quiet about the field. That changed with the introduction of Amazon Bracket. Amazon still isn't trying to build its own quantum computers, but with Bracket, it is making other companies' quantum computers available to cloud users via AWS. Bracket currently supports 3 quantum computing services, from D-Wave, IonQ, and Rigetti. Amazon Bracket is a fully managed quantum computing service that helps researchers and developers get started with the technology to accelerate research and discovery. Amazon Bracket provides a development environment for you to explore and build quantum algorithms, test them on quantum circuit simulators, and run them on different quantum hardware technologies. Well, check out the service if you are beginning your career in quantum computing. Next, testing of fuel cell bus. When disaster strikes, the power often goes out, and it may be a good while before it's restored. Toyota and Honda start testing the Moving E-System this month, a fuel cell bus designed to serve as a mobile power source to help meet a community's emergency electricity needs. During the testing period, the fully loaded charging station bus will be driven out to real-world locations within 100 kilometers 62 miles of a hydrogen refueling station. Toyota and Honda will then put the mobile power source through its paces in various use case scenarios, to make sure it all works as expected. If the bus is subsequently put into service, and neither company has revealed any production plans, it's expected to power appliances and equipment in disaster zones, provide electricity to such things as evacuation centers, and could even serve as temporary shelter for those in need. Between missions, the bus could also be deployed to power outdoor events such as concerts, fetes, parties and more. Next, turning ordinary paper into interactive surfaces. A typical sheet of paper or cardboard is neither waterproof, interactive or able to harvest energy, but an innovative new printing technology developed at Purdue University can make it all of the above. The researchers demonstrated the technique by transforming a sheet of notebook paper into a music player, and say it could be scaled up to work with larger printing processes for more mainstream uses. The team demonstrated the new technology by turning it into a keypad capable of wireless data transmission, and even more impressively, into a musical player. This paper-based instrument can respond to touch and drag gestures to turn volume up and down, and features buttons printed onto the paper to mute and to skip to the next song. Let's watch a small video clip. Next, LED face mask smiles. Given the state of the world at the moment, it looks like face masks are here to stay for a while yet, so you might as well have some fun with them. An indie game maker is now launching the Jabber Mask, a voice-activated wearable packed with LEDs that move like a mouth in time with your speech, or can smile or display emojis on demand. Created by game designer Tyler Glale, the Jabber Mask packs a grid of RGB LEDs in the front, and that blank canvas can be used to get a few different messages across. You can flash up a love heart, an emoji, or a simple word like NO or OK. To quickly smile, you just make a pop sound with your lips. Next, DiffBlue, automated Java unit testing tool. DiffBlue, a spin-out from Oxford University, uses machine learning to help developers automatically create unit tests for their Java code. Since few developers enjoy writing unit tests to ensure that their code works as expected, increased automation doesn't just help developers focus on writing the code that actually makes a difference, but also lead to code with fewer bugs. Current DiffBlue customers include the likes of Goldman Sachs and AWS. So far, DiffBlue only offered its service through a paid, and pricey, subscription. Now, however, the company also launched its free Community Edition, DiffBlue Cover Community Edition, which doesn't feature all of the enterprise features in its paid versions, but still offers an IntelliJ plugin and the same AI-generated unit tests as the paid editions. The company plans to add support for other languages, including Python, JavaScript, and C# over time, but Java has long been a mainstay in the business world and the team felt like that would be the best language to start with. Next, LinkedIn to provide free courses. LinkedIn, this week, announced its partnership with the National Skill Development Corporation, NSDC, to provide free access to its LinkedIn learning resources for digital skills. The professional networking platform will provide free access to 10 of its LinkedIn learning paths that include 140 courses on a range of digital skills. These courses will be made available for free on eSkill India digital platform until March 31, 2021. Next, Slack's new feature. Need to tell your coworkers you're taking lunch? Slack will now let you pick from your last 5 custom statuses so you don't have to type them, and find the right emoji, over and over again. The changes appear to be server-side, and they're new as of September, but contrary to what Slack's changelog says, we're seeing them on Android and iOS as well, not just desktop. I guess you could use them for other things than lunch, if you really wanted to. Next, Microsoft announces Xbox Series X. Microsoft has finally acknowledged its worst-kept secret. After months of leaks and rumors, the Xbox Series S has been officially confirmed as a smaller, cheaper, all-digital version of the company's next-generation console. Let's watch the launch video.
Let me hear you. If you're ready for the brand new thing. Good, yeah, I'm on one. Went from broke to having everything I wish, huh? We ain't slowing up, this a light speed. A lot of y'all ran out of gas trying to catch me. Dang, it's a new thing, man, it's a new dream. Can't nobody stop me, fake kinda obscene. Man, I'm trying to plant a money tree in the concrete. Yeah, this a do it till I die kind of vibe. I don't see myself, I just do it for the tribe. I can't see me ever giving up, it's alive. Make the whole world come alive, yeah, yeah. Get ready for the new thing, let me hear you. Let me hear you. Get ready for the new thing, let me hear you. Get ready for the brand new thing. Let me hear you. Let me hear you. Let me hear you.
Next, Android 11 now available. Android 11 is officially out of beta. As is usually the case, Google's Pixel phones are first in line to get the new update fresh out of the oven. But good news is, Android 11 is also simultaneously rolling for select OnePlus, Xiaomi, Oppo, and Realme phones, albeit in beta. The new Android version isn't meant to provide an overhaul of the operating system, but to provide easier ways to help you manage your conversations, connected devices, privacy, and much more. One of the major additions that Android 11 brings to your phone over Android 10 is a dedicated space for conversations. There are more hidden features, but you can check out on their site. Next, Google's Phone app. Google has formally introduced a new verified calls function for its telephone app, which is designed to give more info when a business is calling you. Compatible calls will present a firm's title, branding, a small badge to present that it's verified, and a cause for its name. The function is coming to the Google Phone app, which usually comes preloaded on Pixel and Android One telephones. However, Google says it would now be accessible to obtain on a limited set of extra telephones working Android Pie and increased, together with flagship handsets from Samsung and LG. Compatible telephones might be ready to seize the app from the Google Play Store and then set it as their default telephone calling app. Next, Google's Orion Wi-Fi. Google's in-house incubator Area 120 wants to make it easier for people to stay connected inside buildings where cell service might be poor, for instance, shopping malls. To do that, Area 120 just launched Orion Wi-Fi, a platform that links carriers to public Wi-Fi providers. When customers of participating carriers walk into a building or space with public Wi-Fi, Orion will automatically and securely connect their devices to the Wi-Fi. Through the Orion platform, public Wi-Fi providers will sell their capacity to carriers. In theory, better connectivity will make customers happier, which could benefit both carriers and venues alike. Plus, customers won't have to go through an irritating sign-on process. The Wi-Fi connection will happen seamlessly. Next, Microsoft and NASSCOM's future skill to launch AI skilling in India. Microsoft, in collaboration with NASSCOM's Future Skills, will launch a nationwide initiative in India to skill students in artificial intelligence. The initiative aims to skill 1 million students by 2021. As part of the collaboration, Microsoft and NASSCOM experts will skill the students in AI, machine learning and data science through modules such as live demos, hands-on workshops, and assignments as part of the AI Classroom series. Microsoft said in an official release that these introductory sessions on AI will be available for undergraduate students at no cost and will cover the basics of data science, machine learning models on Azure, and understanding of cognitive services to build intelligent solutions. Next, Germany to permit driverless cars by 2022. Despite coming down hard on Tesla's autopilot and full self-driving, Germany isn't totally against the concept of self-driving cars. According to a report, some of Germany's politicians, including Chancellor Angela Merkel, met this week and have agreed that the country should play a pioneering role in the regulation of self-driving cars. Next, Walmart launches drone delivery. Shortly after receiving final FAA approval for drone deliveries, Amazon already has a rival. Walmart announced that it will start a pilot program with drone company Flytrex to deliver groceries and other household essentials from its stores in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Flytrex had previously received FAA approval for food deliveries in North Carolina. Next, Huawei to launch Harmony OS in 2021. Huawei is planning to launch its proprietary Harmony operating system on smartphones in 2021, the firm announced at its annual developer conference in Dongguan on Thursday. The readiness of Harmony OS handsets will largely be contingent on the number of apps Huawei can attract within a short window. HMS Core, Huawei's counterpart to Google Play services and the toolkit helping developers build and manage apps, now includes 96,000 apps, the company said today. To lure more apps into its ecosystem, Huawei announced that a beta version of its second-generation operating system, Harmony OS 2.0, for mobile developers will launch by the end of this year. Next, upcycled pineapple leaves. Technologies that extend the lifespan of perishable foods could help us avoid huge amounts of waste, and scientists in Singapore have unearthed a promising new possibility in the form of chemically treated pineapple leaves. The team's new upcycling method converts this typically discarded biomass into an aerogel that preserves other fruits and vegetables, and could also be used to clean toxic chemicals from wastewater as an added bonus. Let's watch a video clip. That's it, guys. We will meet next week. Until then, share the video with your friends and don't forget to mention the story you liked in the comment.